Factory managers often share a dangerous assumption. To minimize your cost per unit, you must run machines at absolute maximum capacity, 24 hours a day. It feels like the definition of efficiency, but that instinct is actually steering the business directly toward a financial iceberg. The math trap works like this. If your assembly line pumps out 10,000 items a day, but your market only wants to buy 5,000, those extra products don't represent future profit. They represent instant, highly expensive waste. In the Toyota production system, this specific error is categorized as the ultimate enemy. They call it the mother of all wastes, overproduction. Building things faster than people buy them triggers a cascade of hidden costs. You have to rent extra warehouse space to store the surplus. You have to hire forklift drivers to move it around. And every day those items sit on a shelf, they gather dust and lose value. But the fatal flaw is what it does to your balance sheet. By running those machines nonstop, you are taking your highly liquid raw materials and labor budget and locking them up into stagnant blocks of plastic and steel. It completely drains the company's available cash flow. Manufacturing excellence rarely looks like a sprint. True efficiency means producing exactly what the customer needs in the precise quantity they need it right at the moment they ask for it. To maintain that perfect balance, engineers use a metric called takt time. Takt is a German word that translates to a conductor's baton, the tool used to keep every single instrument in an orchestra perfectly synchronized. In a business context, takt time is the exact rhythm or speed at which customers pull products out of your factory. It acts as the heartbeat for the entire operation. Takt time is calculated by dividing available working time by customer demand. 24,000 workable seconds divided by 1,200 smartphone orders equals 20 seconds per unit. This means the factory must complete one smartphone exactly every 20 seconds. The golden rule of time here is that takt time is dictated entirely by the people buying the product. The factory has zero power to change that number. Their only job is to adapt their internal speed to match it. To see what happens when a business ignores that heartbeat, consider the case of Siam Components. Their CEO was dealing with a massive paradox. Customers were furious about constantly late deliveries, yet the factory's warehouse was so overflowing that pallets of finished electronics were sitting outside in the rain. When consultants walked the floor, they diagnosed a fatal mismatch between what the market demanded, the takt time, and how fast the factory's individual workstations were actually operating, which is known as cycle time. Look at machine A on the left. It builds a board in 20 seconds, outpacing the 54-second customer demand, creating massive unwanted inventory. Machine B takes 40 seconds, failing to meet its 27-second talk time. This bottleneck caused all late deliveries. The prescription to fix this chaos is completely counterintuitive. The first step is to deliberately slow machine A down. By capping its cycle time at 50 seconds, the factory stops the bleed of overproduction and frees up labor. The second step is a process called line balancing. Management takes those workers who are no longer needed to run machine A at top speed and permanently reallocates them to assist the struggling machine B. With extra hands on deck, machine B's cycle time drops from 40 to 25 seconds, safely beating the 27-second customer deadline. By deliberately slowing down isolated fast processes, you can balance the entire system. That is how you eliminate structural bottlenecks, clear out your warehouse, and restore healthy cash flow. The aftermath at Siam Components was immediate. Within 2 weeks, their on-time delivery rate hit 100%. The warehouse emptied out, and the dead capital that had been trapped in overproduced circuit boards was finally returned to the company's bank account. They achieved an ideal state of manufacturing, known as continuous flow. Products moved through the system seamlessly, station by station, without ever piling up. Moving to this state requires abandoning the push system, where you force machines to build as much as possible, regardless of need. Instead, you operate a pull system, where a workstation only builds a part when the downstream step explicitly requests it. True productivity is never a race between individual machines. It is the careful synchronization of the entire factory floor to the precise heartbeat of the customer. If you want to audit your own operation, start with a simple test. Walk onto your floor and ask any worker if they know today's takt time. If they don't know the exact rhythm they are supposed to hit, your factory is flying blind. Next, look for the physical evidence of failure. If you see literal mountains of work in progress sitting idle between machines, that is undeniable proof that your line balancing has completely collapsed. And be wary of the overtime trap. Paying extra wages to compensate for slow machines might help you hit a deadline, but buying extra time only masks the root problem while quietly draining your corporate profits. Implementing these tools will clear your warehouse and optimize your current layout. But even if a business masters takt time and eliminates physical waste, many traditional factories are still losing ground to competitors in the Industry 4.0 era, which leads to an uncomfortable question. Why does a perfectly balanced factory still leave you standing still in the digital age?